Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Chuck Chat, June 10th, 2020. Wearing my Cardinals jersey today for Spirit Day. Start off with a little humor as we always do. This heat wave is brutal. Not only is it hot enough to fry an egg on the sidewalk, but you can use your mailbox as a toaster oven. Hot outside, shut up. Hot enough to pop the corn. I really miss complaining about the cold. In fact, I told my wife yesterday that I'm ready for winter. So in February, people are saying there's no such thing as global warming. It's a crock. And in July, global warming will kill us all. We're already feeling it in June. Summer's here in case the helicopter-sized mosquitoes didn't clue you in already. Update. COVID, we have no active resident or employee cases of COVID-19 at this time. We're beginning phase 1 reopening. This actually starts today. Limited visitors to exterior locations with appointment only. Visitors must sign in to a kiosk and be screened and their temperature taken before they can visit. I know that's an inconvenience, but that really needs to occur. So they need to come into the lobby, get their testing done, the screen, the temperature check, and then they can go visit. Restricting all trips to essential purposes only still. Screening and temperature checks upon entering the campus for everyone. Social distancing, hand hygiene, and mask at all times when outside of your apartment home. So please wear your mask at all times when outside of your apartment. Travel policy and quarantine policies remain in place when necessary. COVID-19 tracker analysis is what we're basing our reopening on. We're basing it on state, county, and community performance with COVID cases. It's a 3-phase plan, first, second, and third phase. We're now entering the introductory phase, which is phase 1, June 10th today. So that starts the visitation and the grab and go in food and beverage, things like that. Further phases will depend on the results and cooperation of this phase. So the better we do in adhering to the restrictions and precautions that are in place, the better our chances of going into phase 2 and then eventually phase 3, where we're really getting back to normal. Each reopening phase to last about 4 to 6 weeks. I hope 4 weeks. It just depends on our results. And everybody's cooperation. You should have received a copy of a document that looks like this in your mailboxes, in your cubby mailboxes. If you have not received it or you need another copy, please ask reception and we'll get you one. Question and answers for June 10th. Sorry, last week I left off this question, my apologies. How long will the construction trailers on the west side of the Windsor to remain in place? They'll be on site in that location during most of the construction or until a part of the new building can be used for the construction offices. Because the entire north end of our campus is being used for construction, there was no other location. We will remove them as soon as we can. Question, when will we be able to order and pick up hot breakfast items? We hope to accomplish this at the end of July or early August. It will depend on the phase reopening and its success. Are non-Westminster residents being admitted to the healthcare center? No, non-Westminster residents are not being admitted to the healthcare center or the Arbor at this time. We are creating a dedicated isolation wing and we'll be admitting non-COVID-19 short-term rehab patients into that wing once it is completed and we are able. They will be separated from Life Care Westminster residents completely. We hope to have that work completed by the end of this month. So what we're doing is we're admitting folks. Eventually we will be admitting folks for rehab, short-term stays. We will put them in the isolation wing, test them for COVID. If their negative test results, then they can be removed from the isolation wing and into the population. They'll still have a private room, so they will be separated from Life Care residents upon admission. When we buy something in the little store, we're given a receipt this does not match our monthly statement, so we can't reconcile our records. Can't this be fixed? Accounting and food and beverage are working on this issue. It has occurred because we allow that for food and beverage prepared items like the wraps and sandwiches and salads to be billed through your dining dollars. However, grocery items and other supplies are billed back to your statement. Going forward, separate receipts will be issued. So there'll probably be 2 transactions, one for food and beverage prepared items, and then a second transaction for grocery store items, okay? Off-campus parking, the work continues. It's almost finished. In fact, as we are closing on the Carlisle financing, they will be paving the off-site parking, and that will also occur on our campus on the marketing entrance. They'll be paving that at the same time on the 18th, I believe. Those are a couple pictures of the progress that's being made. It looks really nice. It's a nice parking lot they probably have at the state school right now. Food and beverage information, just some reminders. During phase 1, starting June 10th, delivery will continue. So we'll continue delivery. We will also add a carryout service so you can pick up items at the dining room, with the Laurel dining room. And dining services will expand the menu as they are able to offer more choices. In fact, I saw a menu that they're going to start using soon for some to-go orders, expanding the menu even more than they have. The continental breakfast will be available through delivery only through phase 1 reopening. Pickup is for lunch and dinner only. All orders will be picked up at the buffet area located in the Laurel. Signs will clearly mark the area, and an attendant will be available from 10 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. There will be no eating, carry out, or to-go orders in the dining room during phase 1. Lines will be limited to 3 residents with social distancing, so at least 6 feet when picking up meals. Lunch hours 11:30 to 1:30, and dinner will be served from 4:30 to 6:30. Expansion update, we are closing on the financing June the 18th. Construction will begin on the campus in June, most likely. We'll provide you the exact date for construction mobilization and the Q&A document to be provided by this Friday. I really don't know what that date is yet because I'm still debating it with the contractor. And I have a meeting with them today, as a matter of fact, and we'll discuss it, and I'll get it out to you as soon as I can. All vehicles must be removed from the north parking lot before the construction can begin. North parking lot at the state school will be used for resident secondary vehicles. And there's a few of you that have those. And that's a dedicated parking space. And we have about 50 of them up there on the north end of their lot. Visitors and associates will park in the newly created parking on the south end of their campus. There is limited visitation or visiting parking on our campus currently. That will remain in place during the construction project. For the majority of the construction project, we'll have all of the visitor garage parking. Everyone must get and display a Westminster placard on their rear view mirror to park in the off-campus parking. So right now, the state school, because of COVID precautions, they're screening and temping everyone that comes on their campus because they're likely entering their buildings. Westminster associates, visitors, residents won't be entering state school buildings. So I've convinced them that by displaying these placards, they can allow us to go through their gate and not screen us. Just go to our parking spaces or wait for the shuttle, and we will pick you up and bring you to our campus. We'll be running continuous shuttle services to these areas. Visitor parking on campus will be restricted to visitors only. That's the garage visitor parking, 4 hours or less. Please abide by those rules. If you're seen parking there as a resident or an associate, you'll be given a ticket. There will be a monetary penalty. Did you know that if you're receiving a Visa debit card that may be arriving or may have already arrived, this is not a scam. It is being provided to you by the IRS. Some residents may have received the money via direct deposit already. The value for a single taxpayer is about $1,200. The cards are marked Visa Debit, and the back has the logo of Meta Bank. If you need a new card, you can contact customer service at 1-800-240-8100. So just a reminder, if you see this Visa debit card arrive, this is stimulus money that the government's paying everyone. Don't throw it away. And if you have thrown it away, call that 1-800 number, 1-800-240-8100. Reminders, just some friendly reminders. Please wear your name badges. It's hard to know who you're talking to through the mask, but you must wear your mask when outside of your apartment. Also, when housekeeping is in your apartment, please wear your mask or move yourself to another room while they perform services. Please maintain social distancing standards of 6 feet. Please wash or sanitize your hands often. If you have a car, you may want to run that car for a few minutes once a week to keep the batteries fresh. Speaking of cars, if you have a car in the north parking lot that hasn't been moved in a while, please contact us and we'll help you. Please return all carts to their original location. If you need assistance, please call reception desk to pick them up. Your neighbors need to use the carts too. Thank you as always for attending my chat. Stay strong, stay safe, and thank you for making Westminster an extraordinary place to live and work. Thank you all very much.